Welcome to Who Put This On? And this week we watched Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm the host, Chris Lorenz. Sitting to my left is...
Harrison Hoffman.
Sitting to his left...
James Rahal.
Sitting next to him is...
Kyle Max Laughlin.
And this week, since we watched a mainly female-centered show, we have a special guest. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I'm Kelsey.
Chris. That's
the
racist.
female specialist.
I don't think
I
that's
think
racist. I think
It's more
that's
sexist.
Definitely
than
not
anything.
racist.
All right,
Really good in my
so we watched
Racist.
season 6, episode 11, Gators and Haters.
Who cares? That doesn't matter. Literally watch any episode, and
Yeah,
this episode would be the exact same.
We rolled up in this one real hot. We have little idea of what was going on / what happened.
This show is terrible. Like I feel like Chris's mission was to find a reality show that all of us unanimously hated because he has such a hatred for reality TV, and you
He
succeeded.
found it.
He did
Congratulations.
succeed.
Yeah.
Because
I
this
mean,
show is fucking terrible.
I mean, I was
that's a strong.
For the
it's
record,
fucking terrible.
he has lost his voting rights for the next 4 shows.
Yeah,
That's right.
Lost
Yep.
his ability
I don't
to
pick
choose.
any
You
of
gotta
these
take a
shows.
timeout.
Don't look at me.
you're in a timeout corner.
Hey, did you guys see Bully Beatdown? Because that was a terrible show.
Yeah,
And I had nothing to do with that.
We have a whole entire segment based on what's worse, this or Bully Beatdown.
oh god.
This show is about 1,000 times worse than Bully Beatdown.
Whoa.
What was
Whoa,
the
whoa.
actual title of the show?
Real Housewives of New Jersey. Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Gators.
Well, I know it was Real Housewives or Desperate Housewives.
Desperate
No.
Housewives is a separate, very popular TV show that
Are
was
these
on
shows
Scripted,
related?
not
ABC.
reality.
Not related.
Well, they
Okay.
both have housewives.
They're housewives in the mix.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Harrison, you want to go over the concept of the show
Okay.
as described by the network?
Sure. So on Hulu, their description is very simple. 5 wealthy women from the Garden State interact socially in the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
I would just like to
Yeah.
point out the parameters of this show is pretty much you have to be a woman, you got to be rich, and you got to be in New Jersey.
But they're like,
Oh,
there's
there's
also-
got-
I feel
there's
like
gotta
some
be a
more
lot of
parameters.
drama.
There's some more
Well,
parameters.
that is true. You have to all look exactly the same, wear
Right.
way too much face makeup. I mean,
Right.
just a problem.
Mhm.
And say, balls, and oh my god, way too many
a
times.
lot of balls.
a lot
lot
of
of
Botox,
balls.
a lot of boobs,
Italian
A lot.
descent is a
a
plus.
lot of big hair going on.
I was also
Yeah.
surprised at how many guys were on the show for it being the Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's a lot of guy.
Well, I mean, the wives got to have husbands.
That's
yeah,
where
you
the
can't be
drama
a wife
is.
unless there's a husband in the mix.
I guess that's fair.
Well,
Well, no, not.
To
it's
be
not totally
fair,
true.
I
there
feel
was
like-
the one girl, the sister, who is
That-
not a
that's
housewife,
true,
but
that's
she's
true.
looking to be a housewife.
It's 2014.
Yeah,
we should
there's-
get with the program.
there was one of the main characters who wasn't even married, where there's a lot of drama.
Rosie
Yeah,
or
I don't
Kathy?
know.
Oh no! So there was the one lesbian who was not married, and
Right.
then there
Rosie
was
O'Donnell.
She's not even in the
Rosie.
character list.
she's
Right.
not in the character list, but the one girl who was the center of all the controversy that we didn't understand what it was.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I
mean,
still
we
don't
did.
know
We
the
read the
name.
news.
of that one.
No. Hold no. So there's 2 controversies. There were the people who were going to jail,
Yeah.
and then there was the big controversy that they just danced around for the entire episode for the people down in Boca Raton. Who like there was apparently some big thing between some of the husbands that they danced around
Right.
endlessly.
I just, before we get into this, even though we've kind of already did, I know we started this podcast by saying we would talk about the premise of these shows. And we're just like ignoring doing that from now on.
I
Or
mean,
we just roll
There's
with
not
it?
really a
The
premise of
premise?
the show.
Well, like I feel like there was a couple of main sections. There was a section in the beginning where I didn't know what was happening. Then there was a section in the middle where I still didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they started fighting about something, which was still pretty unclear. But there seemed to be some sort of drama about a situation that was discussed in a previous episode, I assume.
I think the premise is people who have money and are in New Jersey or anywhere else for that matter take a look at the shows like, oh my god, I love what she's wearing. I love her shoes. Oh, her lipstick matches her lime pink shirt. I mean, there is no premise. Like, you just judge the people on the television.
The
I think that's
Hulu
all.
page puts it very well, I think. That it is people interacting socially. So, like, at the base level, like, there's
then-
people interacting
I
socially.
guess that happened. There
Yes.
was
Then
a
why?
couple of
Then why
cameras.
watch it? Like, I don't.
That's a great question.
Well, it's reality TV, Chris.
Great
This
question.
this is reality on the TV.
I mean, I
It's
guess
real
this
as
is
fuck.
more reality than some of the other shows we've watched. This is people in their real
Ooh,
lives.
that's highly debatable.
Like the other ones are just people like putting people in different situations. This is them in their own situation.
This is the first non-game show style reality show that we've watched, I guess. Right.
Is that true?
We're just following
I think so.
people around.
What was the second one?
Dating Naked,
Yeah.
Right.
Bully Beat Down in Utopia. Those are all game
They're
shows.
all
Yeah.
Like there was like an objective.
They're all like they took you from your normal life and put you into whatever. This one,
Right.
you're supposedly following their
Right.
life, whatever.
We're like in their environment
High-heeled
and see what they're
shoes.
doing.
with 18 camera angles.
And way too much Botox.
Of course.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't even know where to start with this thing.
James, you want to go over more about how this episode like played
Do
out?
you want the beginning, middle, or end where
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening?
Yeah.
So here's the main issue. Like, there's been 6 seasons of this show, and we decided to watch just some episode in the 6th season. So we don't know who any of the characters are. We don't know any of the situations or conflict that came before it. So there's a bunch of arguments that we don't understand happening in this episode.
A lot of references to, shit talking about rumors and talking about other people, and they just never really give you the meat of what they're talking about.
Until the last 2 minutes.
Right.
Right, we started to get... So here's the thing. I feel like at the very end of that show, I started to understand why the people in the Boca Raton house were angry, but then it was just like, oh, watch the end of this argument next week, so we didn't even get to see the end of that.
Yeah, well, we missed this whole gator part too.
Well, the beginning they
Sure.
do an airboat ride.
They-
They're in South Florida in the Everglades, and there's I guess like 4 of the women
yeah,
are down there.
There's
One of the
Yeah.
Teresas. There's 2 Teresas, which confused the hell out of me for a while.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, there's like Nicole. Maybe I don't. Do we have the character map somewhere? I don't even
Nope.
know.
No.
All right, so there's like
no
4
character.
of these. There's a blonde chick, a couple of dark-haired ones. Who knows? They're all orange and fake
Botox?
tans. A lot of Botox, fake boobs.
Like
Whole
Gucci
nine
going to
yards.
the Everglades.
Anyways, they
And
go
an
down the-
insane amount of spray tan.
That's
Yeah,
spray tan.
Spray tan. When I was watching this, I felt like the color balance was off on the TV because
Yes.
everyone's skin was just orange.
The white
It
balance
seemed
was
off,
wrong
yeah.
the whole time.
It's
The
terrible.
white balance was
Yeah.
so warm. the whole
Yeah,
time.
this is very New Jersey. That's what they do in New Jersey.
See,
Right.
maybe
Max.
there is an
What's
actual...
up?
We do have a New Jersey expert.
Yeah, as our resident New Jerseyan, is that the right term for that?
Yeah.
New Jerseyan.
New Jerseyite?
The correct term is wannabe New Yorker.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. Got it.
How
Well, that's North New Jersey.
how reflective of actual New Jersey culture was this show?
So I'm not going to say 0%. The scene with the contracting in the house is very true to life. And the one with Kathy and Rosie just at the dinner table, they're completely normal. That felt like home.
Okay. So you're saying the scene where one of the Jonas brothers was their contractor was pretty true to life?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You just take popular singers and turn them into house builders.
Yeah, Lance Bass did my kitchen.
There you go.
Yeah, so I guess that was what so the first scene or the opening thing was obviously like the airboat thing and that whole baloney. Nothing really happened. They're like, this alligator would go great back in Jersey. Like with what?
There was a
With her
Gucci
gator
case on their
purse.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
she's
one of
like-
the opening things, you look real Gucci right now, was a statement.
It
She
was
did look
no,
real
it was
Gucci,
it was
to be fair.
Gucci goes to the Everglades.
Gucci goes
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
was the Gators part of the episode.
right, which was like what about 7 minutes ish?
It was
Way too
really
long.
I don't know. And
Too
then we go
long.
to the whole construction scene
This was
Well,
where
super long.
there's this other non-main character, I suppose, because she's not on the
Kathy, wasn't it Kathy?
Kathy, I think, and
Got
then
run
her
over
sister
by
Rosie,
a truck.
who is like a.
I'm sorry. Kathy looks
Sorry,
like
Kathy,
her eyes
but
are like
good God, I
flopped
don't know what
over,
happened.
and like some plastic surgery
yeah.
man made a huge mistake. Like he was drunk on
Right.
the table.
So they're apparently, building a house in Jersey, South Jersey, correct, Max? That's what it
So
was?
I looked it up. Not South Jersey. They live 20 miles from where I lived in New Jersey. I'm horrified by this
Oh
fact.
my
Sorry.
God.
Hold on,
Oh,
but
Max, are you going on the show next?
Yeah.
how big
Oh,
is New
man.
Jersey again? Like 20 miles away is probably South New Jersey.
No.
This is
No, absolutely
west of where I was.
Okay.
I mean,
Bergen,
It's-
Bergen County.
okay, I have no idea. Is it
Uh,
like Central Jersey? What are we talking?
George Washington Bridge.
No idea.
New York. New York City.
So
It's
these
Oh,
on 95.
New
What
York.
exit on 95?
So you're
Oh,
saying
sorry. They call it the Jersey Turnpike there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why that had to be a thing. And you have to pay for that road at that point, I think.
Yeah, it's a turnpike.
I feel
but
like
it's
we're
a
going
public
off track
highway.
here.
If you've
What kind
ever
of food
seen
is New Jersey
Being John
known for?
Malkovich,
Can we take it to New
Diners,
Jersey?
obviously diners.
What's
Clearly
the best
diners.
bagel place there?
Yeah,
Ooh,
great question.
I'm gonna have to go with Spring Tree Bagels in Englewood. Is my personal favorite.
Nice.
Nice.
Any particular
we're not-
schmear you're proud of?
I'm personally a egg salad guy, but cream cheese with some sort of herb in it,
Wait,
also
did you
solid.
say egg salad on a bagel?
Egg salad.
On a bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like
Okay.
that-
Apparently, I'm looking around the room and
That
I
is-
think this is goddamn crazy.
that is a thing you can put on a bagel.
Throw some paprika on it. Real good.
All
There you
right.
go.
So this scene was way too long. We have no idea. Why do you not make what you want in the house before you start building the house?
Because the
I don't
Jonas Brothers
understand.
involved.
Yeah.
Well, clearly you
Idiot.
can't.
Joe
trust
Jonas
the
is in there
Jonas
mixing
brother.
it up.
Yeah, you can't.
Was
trust-
it
I think
Joe
Nick.
Jonas?
That was Nick Jonas.
Nick
No,
Jonas?
Kevin
No,
Jonas.
Kevin.
I don't
Kevin.
even. Yeah.
It was Kevin.
I don't.
I also just found out when we were watching the show that the Jonas Brothers are broken up, and I was devastated.
Broken up?
Do you know how you're gonna
Yeah.
sleep tonight?
I don't
He's
know,
a
man.
contractor. Do you think they're still together?
It's horrible.
Kelsey is literally
Oh
crying
no,
over
I'm
there.
losing my shit. Oh no.
But yeah, so like they're just arguing about what to put in the closet or something. She's like, "I'm gonna build the closet this way." She's like a closet expert, and she's trying to tell the contractor that they're not doing it right.
Closet expert.
Well,
Right.
she did come out of the closet.
Yeah,
Right,
there
then
was
she made-
definitely a lesbian joke in there.
She don't know
Right.
she's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think she's an actual expert in clothes. I think it was just like a
pun.
lesbian thing.
Yeah. I don't
I mean, she did say she
She
did
seemed real
furniture
professional.
for large companies or something.
And that she
Who
knew how to
cares?
read and draw
Blueprints.
blueprints.
I mean, I
Does
think
it
you-
matter?
Which I think means that she's an architect.
Yeah.
Is what that means,
Yeah,
right?
that's
okay.
yeah, that's
I,
definitely what
I
that
think
means.
we've already
they would've said
discussed
she
how
was an architect.
She
Orange.
may have
Too
been
long
a
the scene
blueprints
was.
aficionado.
Yeah.
She's a blueprint enthusiast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that scene just resulted in nothing happening.
No.
Was because like there
Well-
was no outcome there. They're just like there was no
It-
agreement.
well,
like,
see-
oh, we'll make the closet bigger, smaller.
To be
whatever.
fair-
It did intro the fact that Rosie's been down.
Right. Rosie has been a bit bummed.
Rosie has been a bit bummed
She's
and withdrawn,
lonely.
and heaven forbid that happen.
Right. I guess that led into the dinner scene.
That led into the dinner,
Which
yeah.
the
So, like, you
food
gotta
looked amazing.
segue.
I gotta say.
Food looked
I'm
great.
like, I should just go to
Yeah.
Jersey and get some Italian food right now
Yeah.
because both Italian dinners
Sure.
look pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Is
Yeah,
that
the
Looks
Italian-
pretty great.
right? I mean, there was just handmade pizzas, things happening. Like
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
I could definitely step past the accent for that food. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have as much problem with the accent.
Yeah, that was
as
the least of the.
I could get
Yeah.
through.
You
Well,
don't like
that
the
family
Jersey
actually
accent?
seemed a bit reasonable.
Yeah, they seemed a lot like I could see myself spending more time with them than the other people.
Yes.
I guess.
That's not saying much.
And I just wanted to see how her eyes kept moving on her face. That's
Oh,
all I
man.
would want to
She
see.
looked cross-eyed a couple times.
Yes, right? Like she had a lazy eye, or maybe one was just grossly larger than the other. So when she rotated her head,
I'm not here to
Like,
judge people.
see the
okay?
A
difference?
lot of judgment going on. There.
Here's my internal conflict I have with doing a podcast about reality TV as opposed to like a movie or a scripted TV show. Is that these are real fucking people,
Right.
Like in the world that we're talking about.
That is a real
Sometimes
person.
that's not
That's
true.
true.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
That's very doubtful. For
Well, it's
most of
either
these shows.
I mean, it could be an actress playing a part or something, but I
I
feel
mean,
like that person was pretty much
in
the
that
wrong.
house scene. There was one scene that had at least 5 camera angles that could not have been gotten at the same time. They rented
Right.
that scene multiple
Oh
times.
no, for sure. Yeah, they're like, go ahead and just stand there. Let's just put the cameras over here. Let's
Yeah.
get this light.
And I'm not sure that's a reality.
yeah.
I mean, like it's like it looks like they shoot the show with 2 cameras.
Yeah,
I think.
But there was definitely one where there was camera here, then a camera behind them that you would have clearly have seen.
Is this a
within that
multi-camera sitcom?
well, see, I don't know the
Okay,
the
yeah.
like editing budget on this, but if you had, say, like the camera that you're looking right into on the opposite, so if you had like opposite cameras, you can go in and edit that. It just need to be a frame by frame edit, so it can happen. I don't know if they have the budget for that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
but it definitely
they
can happen.
totally like. How long we're talking about the production techniques of Housewives of New Jersey, but like,
definitely happen.
like
I feel like they have a
they
decent
definitely
production budget.
like they definitely have like an A and B camera that are like
Oh, sure.
shooting like both people talking in a conversation.
Well, normally it's like
that's-
at a 45-degree
Yeah,
angle, right? Like
exactly.
straight on and
Right,
then
right.
45.
yeah.
I believe you. I just that scene there was more than just 2 camera angles.
Okay.
See, I'm wondering if they actually had 5 cameras and then just went through and edited.
I
Where you
can't
spiked.
imagine they're shooting this thing with 5 cameras. That'd be so expensive.
It's not that. I
Really?
mean,
But there
no,
was clearly
no.
I feel like
shots where,
going through all
like,
that footage
that
and the
camera
editing
would've
must
been
be
in there.
insanity.
But like, it's not expensive for the camera equipment. It's expensive on the editing. So you have like it's a DSL. It's a Canon Mark II.
It's just
That's all it is. It's 5 Mark IIs.
To me, it seems unnecessary to shoot this show with 5 cameras. That seems like overkill.
Sure, no, it's totally overkill. But when they're moving around like crazy and like going off on balls and bathrooms and stuff, like
sure, stuff's happening.
Stuff is happening.
There's a lot of people moving around.
Gotta make
And
sure you
that's a
capture
large
everything.
house.
Right.
All right.
It is
So
big.
so after this dinner scene, we cut to these other 2 people that are in New Jersey that are going to go to Boca Raton, and the one girl's like, "I'm in a good place with these people, but I know you're not. So just stay in the room and don't talk to anyone."
You're talking about Ruxin, right?
Yeah, Ruxin or Joe, I think his name was.
Joe Jonas.
Oh, is this
It
the
was
one?
not Jojo.
Okay.
Joe.
So
It's
wait,
the dude that
Ceviche.
looks like Ruxin from the League, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry,
I
so-
don't know. His name was Jim. Because
That was
later in the
Jim,
episode
yeah,
they
it was
go,
Jim.
"Nobody likes you, Jim."
Nobody likes
real
you, Jim.
explicit.
Yeah.
Is this the one where they're like the 2 are sitting on the bed?
Yeah.
And he keeps going like, just don't say anything, don't have any
Yeah,
input.
the one in the
like,
white
just keep your
shirt.
head down. Yeah, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim.
Okay.
We just
Nobody
said his
likes
name
you,
was
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Ruxin
okay.
Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're obviously discussing their plans, and like the Boca Raton people are obviously already there. These guys are going to meet them down there. They fly down there, and then I don't know, at some point later in the show, the next scene is them. They're all in the house. They're like, "Hey, blah blah blah, whatever." There's clearly some tension between Jim and Bobby, I think his name was.
Bobby,
Yeah. So kind of meaty, kind of meatball guy. I don't know how to describe him. New Jersey Shore
Pretty
kind of
like-
looking.
Yeah, Jersey
Meat-
Shore looking
meatball
guy.
guy.
Yeah, meatball guy.
Right.
Exactly.
So do we tweet at that guy? Say, "He meatball guy. You wanna?"
I mean, if
Could
you
you
want,
get in on this?
I mean,
Can we get an interview with you?
There was some pretty intense scenes that later come up in the show. But ultimately, these
I mean,
guys
we
are
can-
just clearly
I mean,
tense
we
about
can-
something.
So what happens is Jim gets real drunk and starts mouthing off. And
Well,
then
first he doesn't even mouth off at first. He just kind of goes off about like how a man should treat a lady, and
he was being
all
real-
this kind of like
Yeah.
you know,
he was
stuff.
being real passive aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's like what I've taken from the situation is that like Bobby, like Bobby and this whatever name
One of the girls, yeah.
doesn't matter. So, some girl, like they've been dating for a while. Like Bobby like refuses to like propose to her is kind of what I've taken.
Yeah,
from
I
the
was
situation.
wondering.
I didn't get that
Okay.
at all.
So like
That's
so
what I got.
I missed that.
so that's why Ruxin's like like a real man just knows whether they want to get married and just like proposes within a
Within
month
a
of them
month.
dating.
Yeah.
It's just something like that.
So you
Right.
got to take
So
action on
manly.
that sort of stuff.
That's-
Yeah.
Well,
So-
but see, there's also so my question is why Jim is protecting the meathead's girlfriend anyway? Like, why would he care if Bobby's cheating on her? Why
actually
would he
think
care
Like
if he's just not marrying her? Like, why does he care?
I think that he just doesn't like Bobby and just likes to stir shit up. Like I just think he's
But
a dick.
they
kind
were
of.
friends. And
Well,
it seems
they did
very
say that,
it
yeah.
seems very personal that it's like this exact situation,
So it
not
could
really
be
anything else.
that the Bobby's girlfriend in the show had some beef with his girl, right? His wife.
Oh, and now
Right, there was some tension there,
Yeah,
so
'cause
he's
he-
getting back at her.
because he was pep talking Amber not to speak.
right.
His girl,
Oh,
Jim's
Amber, yes,
girl,
yes.
yes.
So
which
that,
would
that
make
could
sense.
be. We're making some assumptions
There's
here.
like beef going both
Hey,
ways.
if you know what's going on, just tweet
Tweet
at us.
Yeah.
at us.
I don't
don't
I don't think we
I
should
don't know.
really riff on this too much longer because
Well,
we have no idea. What's
He-
going
here's-
on.
I got some good segments lined up. Don't worry. For instance, well, Harrison.
I have one more comment about this
Okay.
Jim. Is his name Jim?
Jim.
This
Ruxin
Jim
Jim.
situation, Ruxin.
Roxanne.
Like when they're back in New Jersey and they're about to leave on this trip, like he's the one who's prepping his girl. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
like this stuff's bad. Don't mouth off. Just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. And then he's the one who's shooting his mouth off, and she's like, "Why are you saying all this stuff now?"
He
Like,
was
it
drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone catch that quote by Bobby at the end of the show? What
Oh,
was
yeah,
that? Did
no,
you get that, Max, in your notes there?
Yeah. Hold on a sec. Everybody's talking shit about Jim, and one guy says, "In a
Oh.
man's world, Jim is what we consider a bitch."
That was like essentially the end of the show. It was
Yeah,
like dropping
that's
the
the end.
mic. It was
Yeah.
like, boom, I'm out.
It's great.
So let's talk about Bobby and his girlfriend.
Actually, I have a really quick thing.
Yeah, go for
Sorry.
it.
I just thought of this. So
Spur
remember
of the
when
moment.
the girlfriend was crying her eyes out, and that one girl was just like,
She's
"You're
so
just
much more
sensitive
sensitive than I am.
me."
Oh yeah, who says that?
I'm sure the audience
That
remembers
older
it.
Amber
woman,
says it.
Pink
Yeah.
dress, darker
no, I just meant
hair.
generally who says something.
But
so
who
like
says that?
generally
She's
the
crying.
scene
She's
is
so
there's
upset.
these three housewives and their friends supposedly in the show, right? And one of them is upset because of Jim and is mouthing off, and she's upset by that.
Yeah.
And so she's in the kitchen crying and talking to the other two girls.
Like, she's consoling
she's
this, like,
really feeling bad. Like, and then one of the ladies just goes,
it's
"I
like she
guess
tries
you're
to put
just
a
more
hand on-
sensitive than I am."
No,
says
well,
that?
I mean, because how it led up was just kind of one of those like, oh, stop crying, it's gonna be fine. And of course, the bawling girl was like, get the hell out of my face. And she was just like, you're just more sensitive than I am. I'm just gonna go talk to him.
Just the way she said it, though, it was just like, oh god,
so weird.
you are terrible. And she's just walking around with like a giant glass of whatever.
Yeah. See,
No.
no, she's the sister. Remember?
That was the sister?
Yeah, that's the sister because she's the one who went and talked to Jim, and Jim was like, "I'm going to drop my balls when you find out that Bobby has been cheating with this girl in a cabin the whole time that they've been
Right.
together."
Apparently, there's
It was a
been some-
condo. It was a condo.
excuse me,
It was
condo.
Right. So like Bobby apparently has like a secret condo, secret side girlfriend. Things are happening. Whatever. I
and
don't
the
know.
sister's
Basically,
gonna
there's
drop
some
his
drama
balls.
that we don't really know a whole lot about, but there's obviously some drama and
Yeah.
a bunch of fighting
Yeah.
ensues.
So this
and,
is season
yeah.
6. This has to be some like produced drama at this point.
There's
obviously.
definitely some history. Well, like here's the question I have: like, why? And then we're gonna get to Max's segment. Like
Sure.
why are Jim and his wife on vacation with these people? It seems like they are not friends. Like, why are they on vacation in this house in Florida together?
Amber actually
Manufactured
said-
drama.
Yeah, and Amber actually
because they're
said
all on a TV show together.
Amber actually said that she wanted to like fix the relationship.
So,
So
it's
that
supposed
was
to be like
the
a makeup
that
trip.
was the reason
Right.
that they came.
They're like, we were supposed to be bonding.
with these people. Yeah, because
Not
she's like my
fighting.
sister. Yeah.
So you know what the best way to do that is? Everyone just gets real drunk and belligerent on the first night you're
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll up and you just get drunk.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
help.
I mean, it was a vacation. Also, a quick time out here, right? They're in a vacation house in like South Florida in Boca Raton, like on the beach, like ridiculously gorgeous house, giant swimming pool, whatever, right? And there's like, hey guys, let's pretend we're in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't really understand that.
And she's got like a flower in her hair.
Yeah.
She's got like an orchid or
It's like-
something in there.
I don't get
It's
it.
like-
You live in Jersey, you're vacationing in South Florida,
You're-
and you want to pretend you're in Hawaii. I don't. What's the difference?
I mean,
Well, I
temperate
mean-
climate's
I mean-
the same.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, for people who live in the East Coast, like, Hawaii is actually like a somewhat exotic sort of vacation
Like
because it's kind
mythical
of far to
sorta.
get. Like, it's pretty far to get
It's
to.
more
real far to
expensive.
get to.
Whereas,
Yeah.
like pretty much everybody on the East Coast like goes and vacations in Florida, but like no one vacations in Hawaii because it's super far
Right.
away. Like, it's different because we're on the West Coast and it's like more accessible, but it's kind of a big deal if like
oh yeah,
you know you're on the East Coast and one of your friends like, oh, we're going to Hawaii for vacation. Like,
So
oh man,
you're telling me they wanted more time trapped in an airplane with these people?
yeah, probably.
I mean that
Ooh.
sounds like a good episode.
That's some good
that sounds like a
drama.
great episode.
Wh-
It's
where-
like snakes on a plane.
Where were these kids, by the way? All these parents are on vacation. All of them have kids.
I don't
Oh,
think
like a
all
lot of kids, too.
Grandparents.
Or
I don't
nannies.
think that all
The
of these
kid-
people have kids.
nannies.
They definitely they definitely mentioned their kids at some point.
Jim has kids.
No, Bobby. He was
Bobby-
like, hey, Bobby
Somebody-
never sees his kids more than once a week or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they all have kids.
I don't think Ruxin has kids. He doesn't strike me as a kid guy.
You would make
Can we
me
point out
always
another
proud.
fact that James brought up that he thought
Ruxin's dad?
Jeff Goldblum was the
Ruxin's
dad in one of these
It was
dinner
it was-
scenes.
It was with Rosie.
Yeah, it was the Rosie
the Rosie
scene.
and
Yeah,
the
the
truck
family
on a
scene.
face.
Thought he thought that the older guy with the blue glasses looked like Jeff Goldblum.
He does.
So first he says,
Yeah, Max, you agree with
He
me.
does.
Yeah.
no, he doesn't at all.
No, that
Absolutely
quick
not.
shot. That quick shot right at the dinner.
No, here's
Boom.
here's
The
coloring is
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Here's okay. So the first time that James brings it up when we're watching this episode, he says, "Hey, that guy looks like Ruxin's dad in the league," and I say, "You mean Jeff Goldblum?" He does not look like Jeff Goldblum. And then James is like, "Oh, you're right. He kind of more looks like the guy from Independence Day." I'm like, "You mean also Jeff Goldblum?"
I did not say you're right. That's not him. I said, no, come on. The guy from Independence Day.
No. You're like, actually, he kind of looks like more like the guy from Independence Day.
I mean, and here I was thinking Rosie looked like Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
that's just me.
Rosie looked like
The
Rosie
soft-
O'Donnell.
Yeah, she sounded like Rosie O'Donnell and looked
I'm not
like
sure if-
Mark Ruffalo. The eyes, like the soft eyes.
I'm not sure if I just think that because her name's Rosie, though. Like, I feel like that's an influence
No,
on
she
it.
actually,
There's just like
the
a few too many
smoky, sultry
coincidences
voice.
there that I think
Yeah.
you're drawing, and you're just kind of looping that all together.
The sultry voice. It was smoky and
Yeah, I don't know where to go
Great.
from there. That's
I don't know. It
Segments.
seems like a great time to
Next.
transition to Max's segment,
Let's
though.
hit the
Okay.
segments.
Okay, so there's Bobby and Bobby's girlfriends who we don't know the name of, and whenever she yells his name, which is a whole lot, she sounds exactly like Linda from Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we should
Oh,
have a Linda screaming Bobby like contest.
Oh,
among all of
man.
us.
Oh God, I can't.
Oof. I gotta prep for
Bobby.
Bobby!
Oh man, I'm trying to get it.
You're really.
it's
really
Bobby.
I
I can't do
I
that.
don't know
Laugh
what
at
those
that. That
last
was
two were.
terrible.
Bob, you gotta go pick up the kids. that was pretty good. That was
That was
good.
some southern country shit.
See what I'm really looking forward to is when you listen to this podcast like tomorrow, and you're just gonna die at how bad that was.
All right, great segment.
Yeah.
I like that. We should do more impression segments.
Yeah. that'd be
No,
great.
no, we're all terrible at that. Too.
Yeah. Can we get a mayhem segment? Mayhem impression segment?
Oh, you mean Mayhem's laugh?
Yeah.
From Bully Beatdown.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I mean, I feel like we all
tried
did that
We
during
did
the Bully Beatdown.
We did
Right,
that
episode.
one and that one.
That happened. All right.
Speaking of Bully Beatdown, I'd like to introduce our new segment. What was worse, this or Bully Beatdown?
Oh man.
This by 1,000%.
Really?
This, I actually kind of enjoy watching Bully Beatdown. This show there's no redeeming qualities to this show at
So,
all.
Bully Beatdown has an advantage because it's only 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show was 40 minutes.
44 minutes.
Yeah, it was real long. Like if
It's-
this was a 20-minute, all that condensed in a 20-minute show, yeah, it'd probably be on par. But this is 40 minutes. Bully Beatdown has to be better.
I just have a hard time believing that 5 fairly intelligent individuals just wasted 44 minutes of their life on this show.
Yeah,
And we
millions of people
encourage-
watch this show.
And we encourage all of the intelligent individuals listening to this podcast to watch this show
Watch
too.
the show. Please
Yeah,
watch the
I
show.
mean, you gotta watch it with some friends. It's gonna be a hoot.
Have a lot of wine.
Just
hoot.
A lot of wine.
So to answer that question real quick, I really think that like the last maybe 5 minutes of this was way more entertaining than Bully Beatdown. When they've actually finally got to like some of the drama, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe something's gonna happen, and then it cut. But that was still, in my opinion, way better than Bully Beatdown, which was just god awful the whole time.
At least something happened in Bully Beatdown. In this
What
show,
happened?
nothing happened ever.
I guess that's kind of
Rosie came out of the closet.
Yeah.
She said grace.
She didn't come out of the closet during this episode.
Oh.
I think that was already
I
known.
thought she did that
Yeah.
when they were in the house.
I don't think so.
No,
that
she,
was
she
already
came out of the closet
established.
that she broke up with her girlfriend or wife or something.
Sure.
That thing is done.
I think a
But-
breakup with a wife is called a divorce.
Something like that.
No.
I mean,
it depends.
Something.
You can take a
All right. Do we want to skip the best worst character? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
if
They're all the
anyone really
same.
knows
They all
exactly
look
the
the same,
characters.
and they're all the exact same tint of orange.
Who was the
I
most?
can't really,
No,
I
I
can't really
don't agree with that,
differentiate
actually.
any of these people.
there are
Like
different
any of the
tints
women?
orange.
I feel like
Wait,
Jim was
who were
probably
the
the
two
worst.
girls in the beginning that just looked like straight witches, like Halloween witches?
Oh, with the fur.
Yeah,
and
they had
the
like
big
giant
hair?
fur and black big hair going
think
on.
I
that
don't
was
remember
the-
this at all.
I think that was the girl in the purple dress, the one where Jim
Amber?
was like, drop the balls that he's cheating. That girl
Good
and the
God.
sister. I think it was Bobby's wife and
Oh, I
that
thought that
girl.
one of them was Teresa.
Which one? I don't know. what
I don't
that is.
know.
Also, anytime there was like a solo shot, like the confessional or whatever, it was just like boob central. It's like the boobs just got bigger for some reason. They're
Yeah.
just like pushed into the camera.
And the
The-
makeup got so much
Yeah, the people
bigger.
looked way different in the
Way different,
confessionals than
yeah.
the regular show. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
All right, so you want to know some drinking games here?
Can I before we jump? So like, we actually ended up recording this podcast in kind of like a weird like period of time or week for this show because like it's kind of touched upon in the show, but like the news actually just came out that like Teresa and her husband from the show are going to jail for fraud. Like that,
actual jail.
like actual jail. Like this actually just happened.
Not
Like,
Judge Judy
well-
jail.
I guess
Well,
that like
they were on
we're talking
trial
like prison.
during the show,
yeah. Or
and
they
the
were-
verdict came out now.
They were at least being like investigated when they're on the show, but like yes, like they're like sentenced, and like Teresa, I'm gonna get this wrong, but she has like 14 months in jail, and the dude has like 50 months or something crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, at that point, it's prison. It's not jail anymore. Definitely
Yeah.
prison.
So what's the difference between prison and jail?
So jail is kind of a temporary thing. You can be up there like up to a year, but then after that you get transferred to prison. So it's pretty much just like a
okay.
holding kind of
Well,
temporary
when
home.
you're awaiting trial,
Right.
Sure. No, absolutely. Yeah, totally. When you're
You
like
haven't
waiting
been
on
like
adjudication.
misdemeanor.
sentenced yet, right? I feel like once you're sentenced to then you're sentenced to prison.
Well, I mean, once that judge goes
Right.
guilty as
Well,
charged,
like you
then
can be arrested and placed in jail, right?
Yes.
Like, you can be placed in the county jail or the city
Yes.
jail or
So
whatever.
prison is once you've been
Right.
sentenced.
when you're doing time.
Like you were
doing
found
time.
guilty
You were
or
doing
you've
time.
admitted guilt
Yeah.
to a crime.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've
so
also
once trial or settling has happened, then you go into prison.
they've also let them do their terms not at the same time,
Not
Sequentially,
consecutively.
yeah.
sequentially, so
Or-
that
Sequentially, not consecutively.
right.
What's the difference between sequential and consecutive in this case?
I think that's the same.
So yeah.
So basically, they're
Well, so like
they're letting them do them one after another, so that like one of them can be around and take care of their kids. Is my understanding.
Right.
So
It's got real
sequentially
serious-
and
Yeah, no,
consecutive
I mean,
are
that's
the
what
I
I
don't know a lot of
Consecutive-
shit about these people, but they are going to prison.
yeah. So I mean, consecutive means you'd be serving it like both at the same time, and they would like
No.
take that off. So like 15 months would apply to her and him.
Oh yeah, I don't think you can double dip on prison time. With
Well,
like
these
a
guys
couple.
aren't.
No, I don't think you can in general.
Well,
I'm
the
pretty
good
sure-
news is their family will be there to help them.
That's true. They did have a pretty strong.
There's a
Italian family.
familia will be there.
You think their friends are going to be around to help out?
No,
Nope.
they're going to be
So
at
no
Boca
confidence in the
Raton.
friends.
They're going to be at Boca Raton.
Do you think
hanging
these people
out.
were actually friends before the show, or
Nope.
they like casted them together? Like, can we just get a bunch of ridiculous, like, wealthy housewives?
I bet they all
show?
lived in like the same neighborhood.
So
Or something like
I
that.
looked it up, and yeah, most of them are from like one town or towns around it.
Mhm.
I'm sure that they were aware of each other, and one or two of them could have been friends with each other. Like, there's two
Right.
people, two
Somebody
people
knew
are
somebody,
friends,
and
then
then-
they're like, you end up in the same social circles.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
not really friends with them,
Right.
I mean,
they just
it's-
know each
and
other.
that's good for the show because then you like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
guess,
obviously,
I don't
like, the
know.
goal of the show is the most drama, right?
sure. I mean, and at this point, like their social pool is real small considering who they're going to meet. I mean, they're not going to meet middle class people. They're only going to meet high income, high
Yeah,
class.
yeah.
people.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean-
they did meet Kevin Jonas.
That's
Kev-
true.
Kevin
Again,
Jonas.
high class,
Is
high
he
economic status.
is he middle class nowadays? Now that he's a contractor,
No, probably not. I mean, he's gonna make a lot of money as a
You
contractor.
say
'cause he's
contractor.
like-
He's building
But
like
he's not
$1 million
making-
houses.
But
Yeah.
he's not making Jonas Brothers money as a contractor.
oh no,
To be
no,
fair,
No.
He just, I mean,
He's probably making like a $20 million house.
But he's still got prestige.
that house
I
is
mean,
not $20 million.
this brings us to our new segment. What socioeconomic class is Kevin Jones?
It's a great segment.
Great segment, Max.
I don't know if you're aware of what the definition of a segment is.
Recurring segment. No, every
We'll
week
just
we'll
keep
give you an
bringing it up.
update.
All right, Max, we're gonna come to you for this segment.
So, I
This is
guess,
gonna start piling up.
so we can just say like, so what if Kevin Jonas just showed up and he's my Starbucks barista? Is he still high socioeconomic status or is he middle income at this point?
Well, it
I mean,
depends on if
just
he's
Maybe
doing
he's
it.
in Undercover Boss.
maybe.
How can he be the boss?
he's not
Sure.
the boss.
I mean, I
Maybe
get,
he's undercover.
That's like Celebrity Undercover. Hey, idea for a reality TV show.
Oh man! so I feel like we walked away from that segment for a couple weeks, but I love that like pitch a reality show segment.
Boom, there it is.
But yeah, I mean, like I guess it would depend on if he was being a barista because he needed to do it, or because like he was doing it for shits and giggles.
I think either way would be a good show.
No, I'm not talking about the show. I'm just talking about whether or not he's like middle class or not.
There's a difference between a barista that makes maximum $13 an hour versus a contractor that can make potentially millions of dollars a
Yeah,
year.
no, contractors make
Right.
a lot of money.
So,
What kind
like,
of qualifications do you think Kevin Jonas has to be a contractor?
None.
He probably had Legos as
I'm
a
sure
child.
he's certified in something at this point.
Well, yeah, he is I looked up.
He
He's a
said
certified New
Yeah.
Jersey contractor.
I mean,
so
Legos and
He's
Lincoln
got
Logs.
a state license or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, it
So he's
depends
putting the
on
work.
what he was
Connects.
doing before he was like the Jonas Brothers. Like, weren't they like young?
I feel like he was super young before the Jonas, but like I'm not sure where he falls in the age, like if he's the oldest Jonas or the youngest Jonas.
All right,
Fuck, I don't know, man.
Max, you want to do the segment here?
What's the segment here?
Drinking
The
game.
drink. You want to
Drinking games. Okay.
like if you're gonna watch the show, do the drinking game.
There's
that we're
definitely
You
some
playing.
need the
drinking
drinking
Oh, yes.
games.
We can I
Okay.
mean, we got to set the bar pretty high. I
First of
think.
all, don't watch the show
no,
at all.
watch the
Whoa,
show
whoa,
with drinking
whoa!
games
That's
and friends.
that's a me line right there.
Don't
You
watch
just
the
pulled a
show.
Chris
What's, yeah, I was
line
Yeah.
gonna
there.
say.
I'm hearing some conflicting messages among the group.
Oh,
Some
really?
people are saying watch it.
Oh man.
Whoa!
So
Who's
if you're-
saying that?
So if you're going to watch it, play a drinking game and play one of our drinking games with it.
You should clearly listen to the podcast, get the drinking game, and then watch the show.
Sure.
Yes.
I feel like
I
that's
mean,
the order of this thing.
We
no?
can post the drinking game. I'll post the drinking game rules tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, I got one. Every time you see a Chanel perfume bottle that's also a phone case, you have to grab one of your Chanel perfume bottles, fill it up with Everclear, and chug it.
Wow.
God, why are Max's drinking rules the craziest drinking rules?
Do you have to take
No.
the Chanel
Literally half the
out?
drinking rules end with you just
No,
either
you
being
douse yourself in it.
extremely poisoned or just dead.
No, this is amazing because that scene is like the second in this thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so
3
gets-
sips Everclear and you're out. You don't have to see the rest of the show.
That's a great game plan.
Genius.
I mean, that was this one drinking rule was take 3 shots before the show.
yeah,
so you don't
that's
remember.
a pregame. You need to pregame this.
How about take a drink for every spray tan you see?
That's exactly
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
don't-
same spray tan, or like am I just
Every unique spray tan you see.
I think it
Even
should
though
be,
you can't tell the difference between any of the characters, so that
Well,
might
just-
be hard.
You just drink every time there's a character on the screen. is that what you want to say?
No,
there?
no,
Okay.
that's the game.
Okay.
I think
okay.
you should drink every time there's inappropriate boobs in the shot.
Okay.
Right. The, boobs for no
define
reason.
inappropriate? I don't really know what that means.
I mean, I feel
well,
like that's up
unreal.
to everyone.
Just
Just boobs in your face.
in your face.
You'll know when
like,
you see it.
You will
Trust
all
me.
know.
right,
You
so
will
there's
know.
boobs in your face, but I don't think that's inappropriate.
I'm gonna stick my
Okay.
boobs in
sorry.
your
Chris
face.
clearly
I
likes
guess
boobs in
I
the
should have
face.
said like disproportionate. Disproportionate boobs.
You'll know
Okay,
when there's
okay.
boobs
You
in
will
your
know
face.
when like the boob looks like about the same size as her face. Then you're gonna know.
I think
One boob, same size.
I think you should take a drink every time you clearly see their face want to move, but Botox won't let it.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, anytime anybody calls somebody a bitch or says you need to grow a pair.
Or just the word balls.
Yeah. Also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or whenever you see a lady who looks like she got hit by a truck.
Yep. That's a finish your drink when you see somebody hit by a
Yes.
truck.
You chug the drink.
How about drink every time someone eats Italian food? With that
That's good. I like
Okay.
that one.
Every time
Well, I feel
somebody
like it should be
says
some
Bobby,
sort of
have a
Italian
burger.
Oh yeah.
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 Nice.
I mean, clearly you have to drink every time somebody else is drinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's-
that's the
yeah.
entire show.
There's a
though.
lot of
no,
drinking.
No.
I mean, not
It's
this
not.
episode.
It's towards the end though. It'll get you where you want to be.
I mean, good luck keeping up with Jim.
They're drinking pretty much the entire show.
every time you see a very stereotypical Jersey Shore sort of reference or maneuver in the show, go ahead and take a sip.
Can you give an example of a Jersey Shore sort of reference or a maneuver
Oh,
for the audience?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Dude in the pool with no shirt just like picking the girl up with one hand and just carrying her around the pool.
Yeah,
Okay.
or a girl wanting to adopt a tailless gator.
Yep.
Because I had
Because
that.
it would fit
Yeah.
in perfectly.
Is that what it said? Yeah.
Right. Or
because
you
because
look
it would
real
fit
Gucci
right in.
now.
Fit right in.
Yeah, it would fit right in.
Right. The Jersey Shore thing goes both male and female.
Oh, totally.
Sure.
All right, I got one more. Every time they're wearing something super inappropriate for what they're trying to do, you should drink.
Yep.
Like wearing like a short skirt and like a long like dress to go to the swamp and find some gators
Yep.
is completely inappropriate.
Can you clarify though when they're wearing the same thing and they're just hanging in the house? Is that appropriate or not appropriate?
It's definitely situational.
You can drink.
Okay.
How about
It's
more-
left up to the viewer as a exercise.
how
It's
about
very subjective.
Let us know. Let us know what you
let us
think.
know. I'm not sure about that one.
how about finish your drink every time there's someone on screen who's a celebrity from something other than this show?
Yep. Like
Cameos by Kevin Jonas.
Yeah.
What about when they look like Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah. Every time you think you see a reference, like obviously Jim, the Ruxin guy, you gotta, if you've seen the league, I mean, you're like, boom, clearly, and Jeff Goldblum.
And Rosie O'Donnell and
And
Mark
Rosie
Ruffalo.
O'Donnell.
I'm real sorry.
There's a lot of them.
There's
if
a
you-
lot
if
of
you wanna
maybe
go with it.
celebrities going on here.
All right. I think anyone wants to
Oh,
discuss.
man.
If you want to watch a show about New Jersey with a bunch of drama, just watch Jersey Shore. Because you can hate them, but it's also enjoyable to watch.
Oh, that show's over though. If you've already seen it all.
I'm waiting for the 20-year reunion.
Isn't like the situation going to jail now or something? Like I think I read something that like
Oh,
somebody
great.
on that show is going to jail too.
Why don't
Wait,
we
I
film
thought
it
the
from
situation
jail?
just referred to his abs.
No, that is his name.
That's
That's
his
his
name.
name.
And it's also the name for his abs, I think.
Okay.
We'll get there eventually, Max.
My body is ready.
Okay.
Your body?
All
My
right.
body.
So next week, what show are we watching, Harrison?
Okay.
I don't remember.
Oh man, I'm trying. Okay, next week we are watching a fan request, Tool Academy. So this is it's an old show on VH1. It's called Tool Academy. I can read a quick description and kind of give you a taste. They parade through dance clubs, preening and posing while they bestow a great gift on womankind, themselves. They live in their own little world where your spray-on tan defines you, muscles are the new black, and no woman, especially your girlfriend's best friend, is off limits. They lie, they cheat, they treat their women like doormats, they are America's tools, and they need help. They just don't know it yet.
Oh, Jersey Shore.
Oh man.
So,
Oh, buddy.
I'm pretty excited about this
what
one.
episode are we watching?
We are
Who
watching-
found out about this show?
Season 1, Episode 1 of Tool Academy. It's available on VH1's website. We'll post a link to it on our social media channels so you can watch it.
I have a question.
Sure.
Would the show we just watched be better or worse if Utopia State of Freedom was on it?
The answer in all cases is yes.
Yes.
Can we get our Utopia update of the week?
I
What?
actually,
We're doing that after the
Okay.
after
Okay,
after the
okay,
plugs. We'll
okay,
do the
okay.
Utopia update. All right, you can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On and Twitter at Who Put This On. And you can email us at whoputthison@gmail.com.
Wait, I'm sorry. What is the show called again? I'm real confused.
It's called Who Put This On. Thanks for derailing the outro. The outro. Now it's all screwed up. You don't get any plugs. Harrison, you get any plugs?
you can follow me on Twitter at Harrison Hoffman.
James,
CanesJ3 on Twitter.
Max.
Follow me on Twitter at #DamnGoodCoffee.
Oh yeah.
Your
that's a
your
good one.
Twitter handle is a hashtag.
I don't know how we got that.
Is it spelled out hashtag or?
At,
Is it
hashtag.
hashtag?
This is left
Damn
to the
Good
viewer as an exercise.
If you can actually follow him in real
You
Max,
deserve
that's
it.
like a state of achievement right there.
All right, you can
Yeah.
follow me at the Chris Lorenz on Twitter and Kelsey. I'll give you your plug back. Do you have anything over there?
I'm not in 2020 right now. Chris,
no.
sorry.
All right.
Like, all I got is Facebook.
All right, Harrison. Do you have any other extra segments you want to bring us?
You know, like I haven't really been up to date in my Utopia news. I did see that Red did an AMA on Reddit. I like.
What?
So I had that same reaction when I saw, but I hate to break it to you, it is not as good as the Dave AMA. You know, it's okay.
Oh no!
Give you red.
It is a thing you can read if you want to read stuff on the internet.
Did you find out? Did you find out if he got a job for Homeless Dave?
I think that it's an open offer, but I don't think that Homeless Dave is working for him just yet.
Okay.
But
We need the update.
But I think that he's working with Homeless Dave and the pastor on something. They're cooking something up. That's about all the info I have. I have not been watching the show.
Okay. All right. See you guys next week.